What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Real Combat. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, and the Scene Snob, and of course, you can check me out on the Scene Snobs every week. But this is a show where we debate movies, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I have two great guests with me tonight, Mr. Scott Miskelly and Mr. Jeremy Hunt, and we're going to be doing the Halloween horror movie edition, and that's going to be the final one for this month for our Snobs Horrorfest. So be sure to check it out and comment along and let us know what you think or what your choice is throughout the debate. And before we get started, thank you guys for watching our Snobs Horrorfest all month. You can check out Real Combat over exclusively on our YouTube channel, but you can also check out the Scene Snobs podcast anytime on any podcast platform or any on our YouTube channel as well. So before we get started, gentlemen, how you guys doing? You guys feeling good?
Doing good. Doing good.
Right? All right. I got to hear these movies because you guys are huge horror fans, and I love that we're going out on you guys being here. Jeremy and I go way back. We were roommates in college. The man knows his horror movies, so I'm excited to see where we go with this. And Scott, I've heard a lot about you, and I've heard you know your horror movies, so I am definitely, this is going to be an exciting event. But I'm going to start with Scott because you're on just the way I'm reading it. Scott, we'll go with you. What's your horror movie?
My horror movie is 2015's Hell House LLC.
Very nice. All right.
Okay.
And Jeremy, how about you?
2020's The Empty Man.
Another that. So it seems like every episode I get one that I've never seen. So
oh yeah, nice. I was really hoping to get one that you had seen.
You won this one for sure. So, but how this is going to go? Of course, as always, we do the older movie goes first in the first round. So, Scott, the floor is yours. Take a few minutes and convince me why I should watch your movie, Hell House LLC.
Hell House LLC. It's a great movie. It is your found footage type film. But there are so many crap found footage movies out there. This is actually a really good one. It's put together very well. The story is great. It's about a group of people that do a hell house seasonal haunted attraction, and crazy things happen at the place that they've chosen to do the house this year. It's a good story, and I have experience in the haunt industry, so that's why I really enjoy this movie, because it's a good film, but the story's good. The way it's put together is really well.
All right. Well, I mean, I have seen it. I do know how I feel about it. We'll get to that later. I don't want to sway anything or make you guys feel like I'm swayed already, because I'm not. The argument's going to go either way at any moment. But Jeremy, I don't know The Empty Man. Tell me about it.
All right, so I realized after I chose this movie, like I'm hardcore about this movie. Anybody who's been like, "What should I see?" I tell them The Empty Man. It's like The Matrix. I can't tell you what it is. You have to see it for yourself. Like anything I really could possibly say is spoilers. And I realized I did a really stupid thing kind of picking this movie, but I still am super excited about it. But this movie, it came out, it's got a bad name. It makes you think of the Bye Bye Man or the Slender Man movie or just like any of the crap PG-13 like teenage horror movies we've gotten. But this is like a hardcore horror movie. I think it's if people who saw Hereditary saw this first and loved Hereditary, they would like this one even more, which is kind of a big praise. Also, I am just hardcore. Well, I don't want to get into that right now. But basically, The Empty Man is like it's something that you have to see. It's just a really crazy movie. And Mick, I cannot tell you how much you need to see it.
I mean, that's a hell of an argument for sure.
I just finished rewatching it like 5 minutes ago too.
Oh my God, really? Like, so how many times is that for you now?
This is the third.
All right. Well, I mean, both of you seem pretty adamant about your movies, and I like that. It's very special for sure. But yeah, I don't know anything about the Empty Man, but LLC I am a fan of. I've talked about it in the past. I think it was one of my recommendations for people too recently. We do have a lot of people watching tonight. Empty Man was so good, win or lose, you should watch it. And that's the good part. Like I do watch the movies I haven't seen. It's just like got to pick a winner for what I'll watch tonight, especially with Halloween here. I don't think I've seen Hell House though, so you should. It's a good movie. But now I don't know where I want to go with this. Hey Scott, my son. Yay to Scott. Gosh, Scott's putting up a good argument. I mean, you guys have some fans here. Hereditary messed me up. Unexpected horror. It was that for sure. Who found footage? Oh no! I'm going back to that one. Found footage, if done right.
Found footage. I mean, again, there's so much crap found footage horror films. It's not just found footage. There's a documentary film crew that's doing a documentary on the event that happened the night that Hell House opened and all hell broke loose. And they have video of what happened and they're showing it. It's put together really well.
Yeah, they do a great job with this one. So I do suggest, like, yes, if you don't like found footage, I think you'd still like Hell House because it's well done. Hereditary Guy and Empty Man is right up your alley. All right, he's selling it, but it's such a hit or miss thing. Phil Herman here, Horror Tale 666 Part 2. Yes, go check that out. Jeremy, I think you really like that. Scott,
okay.
Like it too. And Sia, will it make me nauseous?
Probably not, Cecia.
No. Hell House.
It's not like a jingly cam.
Yeah, a lot of them are stacked. So they set up cameras in the place where they put the haunted house.
Yeah.
So a lot of it are based off that. So it's very stagnant cameras. So they do it in a really well done way. Casey, my counterpart on the Scene Snobs podcast. Yeah, Scott, go found footage done well. Better than Cloverfield. That's for sure. Although I didn't hate Cloverfield. All right. So we're getting into round 2, rebuttals. So I know now why you guys each think I should watch your movies. Why should I watch your movies over the others? And because, Jeremy, you went last. Scott, you're going to go first this round.
I've seen The Empty Man. I mean, it's a good movie. It's a very long movie as well. It's like 2.5 hours, something like that.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long movie. It's a weird. I mean, it is a good movie. It really is. I enjoyed it. It was just a little too long for me. Very weird. Very weird. Of course, the ending. I mean, the ending. It's a good film. I can't really sit here and talk anything bad about it because I enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple of times now. So.
All right. Well, Jeremy, how about you? Why should I watch your movie over Hell House?
I mean, we've kind of talked about Hell House a little bit. I personally, like just in the past, I personally believe Hell House is one of those series that kind of gets better as it goes. And I know you believe the opposite. You don't like the sequels at all. I like how they started setting it up and what they ultimately went to. So in my opinion, Hell House, you're committed for like 5.5 hours really to like watch the whole story. Whereas Empty Man, it's a longer movie, but again, I'm like, people are like, it's not as slow as other movies. As I said, it lines up a lot with Midsummer, Hereditary, The Vivitch, all those kind of movies. They're all in the same slow burn genre, except the Empty Man punches a lot harder or does a lot more. There's a lot less downtime.
I like that description. All right, so before we get into round 3, I want to talk about what and Jeremy, you're going to go first this time. Like, what do horror movies mean to you? Why is it your favorite genre? Why what is what are they for you?
Oh, you're throwing me a curveball. I like the horror movie genre because they can tackle things that you can't get in other genres. Hey, Black Phillip, come on. You can go with like horror movies. You get sci-fi, you get horror, you get comedy. You like it's a genre that has so many offshoots. Like you can't do like other things like drama comedy doesn't line up, but you can have a drama horror, you can have a drama comedy, or a horror drama. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Anyway, just the diversity of the horror genre is the reason I love the genre. Bring it full circle.
That's a great answer. Good evening, Jason. Thank you for joining us, buddy. And yay, Black Phillip. Actually, tomorrow night is the Scene Snobs. I'll plug right now, shameless plug. Tomorrow night is the Scene Snobs Halloween party at the Hideaway Cafe in Winchester, Virginia. If you're in the area, come on down. And they're actually serving a special coffee called the Black Phillip. It's a special concoction that they put together, and we're very excited for it. And we will be doing a live show from 4 to 6 p.m., and then afterwards at 6:30 p.m., we will be hosting horror movie trivia. So if you guys are in the area, make sure you come down. Now, Scott.
So you can not only live deliciously, but drink deliciously.
It's very true. Oh, yeah. I love it. Man, I got to hire you as my hype man. Scott, my friend, you got the Halloween shirt on. I love it.
It's my favorite horror film. So.
Oh, all right. Well, tell us about your love for horror movies, and you can talk about Halloween. It's the perfect time for it.
The first horror film I saw was 1981. Was the original Friday the 13th. I was 6 years old, and my entire life I've just loved horror films. I'm the guy that will sit there and laugh and giggle, and like if I'm having a bad day, I can put on a horror film and it puts a smile on my face. Don't know why. I'm just weird like that. But in my teenage years, I got into special effects makeup. I've worked in the haunted attraction industry. Actually, my mom, when I was a kid, on Turner Classic Movies, on the weekends, they would show the classic or the Universal classics. And, I started watching those, which I absolutely love the classic horror. My favorite classic horror film is 1953's House of Wax with Vincent Price. So I've been a lifelong horror fan.
That's awesome. That's fantastic, and great reasons to be, because it is a great genre, hands down. Now we're going into the third round, and actually, it's so funny because the show started maybe like 4 weeks ago. We've done about 10 episodes, and it went from like an hour to 40 minutes to 30 minutes, and everybody who's like coming on the show has watched it, and they're like, "No, I'm good." So it's tightening up. It's so funny that things are tightening up so well, and I'm like, "All right, whatever." I like the arguments though, and you guys definitely put up some good ones. So what does Scott? We'll go back and start with you on this one. What does this movie? What is Hell House? What did it do for you first time you watched it? And what does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me because of my experience working I worked at a year-round haunted house attraction in Kissimmee, the Haunted Grim House of Old Town. It's not there anymore, but I was there for 4.5 years, and it was just a great time of my life, doing acting and special effects makeup every night. So when I heard about this movie, it's actually available on Amazon Prime to watch. I have the director's cut on DVD, but you can watch it on Prime if you haven't seen it. It's just a horror film about a haunt attraction where weird stuff happens. It's just, I fell in love with it. It's put together well. It's shot well. It is found footage, but it's not the whole like Blair Witch shaky camera all over the place. There is a documentary crew, so it's shot well. It's a good movie.
I do, I agree. It is a very good movie, and The Empty Man. Just looking at this trailer, not trailer. The poster is really intriguing me to figure out what this is about. But Hell House, I keep thinking here's the thing. Like I'm listening to what Jeremy's saying. And this is where I get so screwed up on the show. I'm listening to what Jeremy's saying. I'm like, this is new. I haven't seen it. It's going to be wild. But you're reminding me of all the fun things about Hell House, and it's like, that's where I get trapped. I'm like, I don't know where I'm doing. All right. So Jeremy, what does The Empty Man mean to you, sir?
So the first time I watched it, I immediately thought. I immediately thought back to just how much I love movies that can really set people off. And by that, I mean like movies like They Live, where they're like outside of the realm of like possibility, but they stick in your head and they make you start thinking about like, oh man, maybe there's secret pet messages on the dollar bill of just like spend this money. And The Empty Man kind of goes past where the movie stops, if that makes sense. And that's the reason I really like Pumping It. It does have its problems, but at the same time, I feel like this movie will become important 10 years down the line.
Okay, I like that a lot. That's because you don't hear that a lot. Like you go back to and Scott, you saying like having watched Friday the 13th in 1981. You didn't hear a lot about The Thing back then, but look how it does now. So, and I like how you're kind of putting that spin on it, Jeremy. Like The Empty Man's going to be an important movie down the line, and I do truly believe that with Hell House as well. I think it started gaining more and more steam, but I like what you're saying with The Empty Man. And it's 2020, so it needs a little more time to gain the steam, I think.
I also want to point out one thing about it. This movie is a product of the Fox Disney acquisition, or Disney Fox acquisition, I should say. This is one of the last movies Fox was putting out, and it was one of the things that Disney picked up, and they hated it. They dropped this movie with the trailer a week before the movie came out, and tried to bury it. It's not even getting a DVD release. It is just online. But it is only $5 on Vudu for the 4K version. Right now it's a flash sale.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so this movie is hated by the distribution company.
I believe it's available on HBO Max as well.
Oh, okay.
I have that. I can check them both out. At Vudu and HBO Max. I might buy it just to give them some money, but there was a question asked that I want to go back to because I'd love to hear you guys' take on it. And that's, are there any horror movies that truly terrify you, like needed a palate cleanser after watching? I know this for me. There are some movies that hit so hard, it was like, I got to watch like an hour's worth of cartoons after this just to go back to childhood. It was so scary. But this goes throughout time. It doesn't have to be recent or something that still does, but give me something that really scared you that like you were like, I got to shake this off before I can do anything. Scott, why don't you go ahead first?
I've never been scared in any viewing of a horror film. It is literally, I'm hoping one day it happens, but it just never has.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, people watch. I have some friends that they'll watch horror films with me, and they're like, "You've ruined it because you laugh and giggle the whole time." And they're over there screaming and hollering and yelling at the TV, and I'm giggling because I'm having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fair. How about you, Jeremy? What do you got for me?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna talk about two movies. The first, The Descent, that came out in 2006, 2007. Dude, I have claustrophobia issues. I've freaked out inside of a cave before, like trying to spelunk. Not for me. And I did not realize I wasn't breathing right until I got out of the movie theater from seeing that movie, because I was, front row center more or less when that came out. That was a good one.
I think you introduced me to that movie.
Yeah, I came to school and started preaching about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I saw it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the second one I want to talk about, I had to look it up to make sure I got the name right. Right at Your Door, which was, I want to say 2006, 2007, about the dirty bomb in LA. And that was like, it was just so realistic. That made me paranoid as hell back in the day when I watched that the first time.
Yeah, that was 2006. I remember watching that. I maybe you were with us. Like, I think Andrew was.
I watched that on my own.
All right, so I think then maybe that was a recommendation from you too. But we did watch it at the house. It might have been either Booth and I or Andrew and I watched it. And
I think I got the movie from Joe Frank and brought it over. Like after I watched, I was like, "You guys got to watch this. It's too much."
Yeah, that was one. That ending kind of hit you in the face pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was a crazy one. Jordan says, "Wonder if Jeremy has seen As Above, So Below."
I have. I thought that one was okay. There's another movie that's similar. I like Jerusalem better, but that one actually didn't play on my caving fears as much for whatever reason. Maybe because I was at home.
Okay, that's fair too, because I've seen both of them too, and The Descent does it a little bit more for me. But I know it's underground tunnels, but versus caves, which is sort of similar. But like, there's something about a structure versus non-structure that I think plays into it for me. That's why I did like them though, both of them.
It also being a found footage movie, it's a POV shot instead of where The Descent, the camera's right in the actress's faces the whole time. Like it's shot so close instead of like what you're looking at down a tunnel, if that makes sense too.
I agree. So Scott, I'll let you give the shout out, but John, Carrie, and Mason as well. Thanks for watching.
Shout out to my friend Carrie, her husband John, and son Mason. Glad y'all are watching.
Yeah, that was awesome, you guys. Thank you very much. I have the same fear, and As Above got me more. That's fair, Jordan. All right, so I got to pick a winner here, and you know what it is. You know what? It's the movie I haven't seen, and now like I'm thinking also because we're talking about Jeremy's giving me so many recommendations over the years that have been winners. But I know Hell House, and I'm thinking about that damn clown. And anybody who hasn't seen it, once you see it,
the clown is good. The clown is good.
It's so good. And I have a feeling these probably pair very well. All right, I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid and just say, I might have to go with Empty Man, only because I haven't seen it. And you both said you liked it. I think that's what sold it for me, is that you both said that you liked the movie and you've seen it multiple times. And any horror movie that just came out like a year ago, if you're saying you've seen multiple times, like that's a good seller. But I cannot speak any more highly about Hell House and how much anybody who hasn't seen it should see this movie. It is a great choice.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, Scott, it's a winner for you too, because I will be watching it because it's Halloween and it's such a good movie. But yes, I want to congratulate Jeremy on the win tonight. The Empty Man sold me because that poster. I realized somebody said like the poster doesn't tell you anything about the movie, but still, it's like an interesting poster and everything it says. Okay, so we have you want Empty Man. Fair. Clowns. Yes, there's clowns. But you got to understand, this whole movie is about a haunted house. Of course, there's clowns. There's always clowns in these haunted houses. Watching both. What I'd love for you guys to do is comments on our YouTube and let me know what you think of the movies. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I do truly appreciate you guys coming on tonight. This is a lot of fun. I'm excited because now my passion to watch Hell House is back too. Nice. So I have two great movies to check out. Yeah, what's up, huh?
What did you guys think of The House is October Built? The first one, not the second, because I thought that one kind of ruined the first one.
I didn't see the second. I did like the first.
I liked it. I actually have them.
Yeah, it was like haunted house. Oh yeah,
I didn't like
the second one was just
it ruined what they did in the first. Yeah.
I didn't like it as much as Haunt. I liked Haunt more.
Oh, Haunt was good. I like that one.
That was.
There's something a little more fierce about it.
And that Rob cover at the end.
Yeah. So all right, now I'm not. All right, so now you guys talk me out of it. I'm just gonna go watch Haunt. No, I kid. No, these are solid choices, and you guys know your stuff. So, and we're gonna have you back on. Because I have to go horror movies every once in a while. We do, so everybody knows. Anybody watching who wants to be a part of this in the future, please message us or just let us know, because we are opening it up as of next month to any genre. So you could see horror up against sci-fi or drama or comedy or whatever. Right. It's really up to the people and what they want to pitch.
Can we do some Christmas specials of Reel to Reel?
Oh, we absolutely will. And if you guys are down for that, you're more than welcome to come back. 100%. Because I want to hear some of those Christmas specials argued. This has been a lot of fun. I'm very excited for The Empty Man, and I am going to check out Hell House again. That is the problem. Jeremy's right. Like, I'm going to have to watch all three. It is it's a well-written trilogy, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like how they did it, so I am going to have to watch all three again. Damn you, Scott. You had to pick a great trilogy for me to watch. But yes, thank you guys again. Everybody, thank you again for watching. Remember, anything about the Scene Snobs you need to know, you can hear in the credits or head over to thescenesnobs.com. But again, we have our Halloween party tomorrow. You can watch it. 4 to 6, we'll be doing a live show Halloween special, or you can come out if you're in the Virginia area, have a couple of drinks, do some horror movie trivia, and we'll have a great time. Until next time, I am, of course, Mick Manhattan, Scene Snob. Thank you to my guests, Jeremy Hunt, Scott Miskelly, for joining me. Hopefully, we can get you guys back on again.
Look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody. Just stay groovy. Happy Halloween. Be safe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. It's CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees. That's right. Friday the 13th, Part 6. And you're listening to thescenesnobs.com.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob, and you can check out the Scene Snobs podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, or you can check it out on any podcast platform or our YouTube channel anytime after that. Thank you to our patron supporters. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. If you guys want to join, check us out over on thescenesnobs.com. We have links for everything. The Scene Snobs merch store is open. You can check that out too. Links again on the site. Or like, follow, and subscribe on all of our social media. Again, head over